and this is from South Korea.
Okay, we're going to start now. Um, Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, distinguished guests, esteemed speakers, and passionate educators. It gives me great joy to welcome you all to this impactful session on the theme, Leveraging Local Knowledge in Teaching Global Concepts. Today, we gather as visionaries and bridge builders. In a world where globalization often overshadows the uniqueness of our local context, it is crucial to remember that our villages, communities, and traditions hold the very key to understanding and solving global challenges. Local knowledge is not outdated, it is timeless. When aligned with global concepts, it becomes a powerful tool for inclusive education, sustainable development, and intercultural understanding. We are privileged to have an incredible panel of speakers, leaders, educators, diplomats, and change makers who will help us explore how classrooms across the globe can honor indigenous wisdom while preparing students for interconnected world of learning. On behalf of the organizing team of A Walk for Education, I warmly welcome you all. Thank you for being here, for lending your voices, and for committing to the transformation of education. Let us open our hearts and minds as we embark on this journey together. Once again, welcome to this inspiring session. And I would like to invite our first speaker for today's session, our very own chairperson, Dr. David Greenfield. Dr. David, the floor is yours. Dr. David, you are muted.
There I am. I'm trying to keep it muted when I'm not speaking because of external sounds and stuff. This is a subject that I'm very interested in and have thought about, written about, and even spoken about for a number of years. The community is a really critical aspect to education, even though there are universal topics that we want to learn and we want to teach to our students. We cannot forget the importance of where the students are at any particular time. For example, I've long advocated for collaboration between the school and the community and other institutions that may be around. For example, everybody knows my connection and my love of art and comics and other creative endeavors. So if I want to teach or introduce students to music, I will reach out to any music schools that might be in the general area. If it's in a village that's far out, then you work with somebody in your own neighborhood or in your own country that can provide that online. And to help sponsor it, you reach out to the community to add either financial or different kinds of support that may be necessary. So you're really creating the community of learners. And you can do that with any subject and should be done with any subject. If we want to learn about plant biology, well, you just go outside of your school, of your home, and you see all these different kinds of growing things. You see growing plants. Some are for beauty, some are for decoration, some are for eating. And wherever there are plants, there are experts. And you get the experts and you bring them into the school, or you bring the students out to the place and let them interact and ask questions. And you tie it into whatever topics you've got. So if you're looking at, just some plants, you're going to say, well, is this native or did it come from somewhere else? If it came from somewhere else, where did it come from and how is it adopted? What is it used for? Is it used for food? Then how do you get this substance out to the family or to the community. And then you have to think about the numbers of it. How many people will it feed? How long does it take to grow? So you're bringing in other scientific ideas, not just looking at, well, here's a plant, it's really pretty, I really like it. Well, what is it used for? Then you bring the scientist in. Well, this particular plant, like I have a plant here called aloe vera. I don't know if it's where else it exists. I know it's in California and in Mexico, but it's a great plant. I have some injuries on my arms, and I just take out a leaf and smear it on this aloe vera juice, and it's great. It is really helping. But there are people. See, are you seeing all of me or only half of me? I see half of me.
No, we can see you.
Oh, there I am. There are people that squeeze it and get the juice and drink it. There are all kinds of uses for it. So, what are the uses for aloe vera? If we're talking about history, then you find somebody who knows the history of your location. So you're teaching big subjects like history, but bringing it into, where does this village exist? How long has it existed here? Who are the people that founded it? Who are the people that live in it? Who are the people that have left it? Who are the people that have come back? You tie it in to what's happening on a much more a grander scale, but showing how learning about the immediate and neighborhood starts a process of thinking about migrations around the world. And it's also, this can tie into, where is it? I saw Raina here for a second. There you are. Hi, Raina. Raina is, I would call our queen of statistics, because it's the statistics that allow us to really understand how much it gives us a real solid base for understanding how things are happening locally and how we can tie it into a larger scale. I usually tend to work without statistics, which I know is a bad thing. My instructor at graduate school kind of slapped my wrist about it, but I use it when necessary. But because I do a lot of work that is innovative, I don't always know what the results will be. I don't even know what to think about. I think this is a good idea, and I think it will impact the way students learn about a certain topic, or the way it will impact music, how it will affect the school. So it's good to go into a project with like a double mindset. One is you want to just see how things are going to happen, because learning objectives and learning often takes place outside of what we expect it to. But you also want to have an idea of what you want to think about. If you're talking about how a certain plant may provide a certain kind of food, well, that's good. How is it used? But then you want to know, how much does it take to really feed people of this particular plant? How much energy does it take? Is it going to grow by itself? Or is it going to be, do we need a lot of work? I mean, I've been watching short videos about farmers in Africa and farmers in India and in China, about how they take basic substances and then multiply it. Well, into like huge fields to serve huge amounts of people. Well, how do we know that if we don't understand the very basics of it? This feeds people. That's great. And it works in a backyard. This is great. But if we can feed more people and take care of a larger scale, then we have to do really God, I'm blanking out. Sorry, I just woke up this morning. We have to do the kind of learning where we're gathering all that information and can actually statistics and show off to the scientists and know for ourselves what we're doing. We find that, and that ties into the community, which is what this is all about, really. We want to know what exists and how we can tie it in. If we're doing art, we want to connect it to the museums and art schools, because in every community, there are going to be people that think in art and they want to be a designer, they want to paint. Well, Where does the material come from? How do we get color? Is it color comes from a plant? So whatever we're doing, we have to look around us, see who and what. One last thing. One of the issues that I have, because I don't always hear well, is that we need to figure out better ways to create acoustically friendly classrooms where there's less echo and people can hear as if we're in a class sitting right next to that person. So in every school, in every area, there are engineering schools and also music schools. Music school is a great place where you have students who can help them make an acoustically friendly room so that it makes it easier for us to hear and to communicate. So whatever you want to teach, look around you and see what's there and tap into that and bring the people in. Gloria, you started the Kitty Press Club. Well, look at the newspapers in your city, in your school, and ask the journalists to come in and speak to the students. They want to do that. And if now that you have an established organization, they'll want to do it even more because it's great on their resume. I went out and I talked to this really fabulous school or organization called a Walkthrough Education, and I spoke to all these teachers around the world about the issues of journalism. So everything that you need is around you, and you can use it to enrich the students, enrich yourselves, and enrich the schools. And I hope I didn't get too. I hope I was in the general direction. I'm working on about 2 hours of sleep, even though it is 8 o'clock. But that's how we roll here in Los Angeles. And I hope that what I've done inspires you and helps guide you. And as always, I'm always open to discussion. I'm always open to questions. You've got my email address. Write to me. Facebook, write to me. And I'm always happy to help and collaborate with you all.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
What is the word I'm thinking of about
Thank you. Thank
results? Oh, hell. Right. Oh, we'll get it out later. Bye, everybody. Oh, I'm here. I'm just logging off my sound.
Okay. Thank you very much, Dr. David. Your reflection showed us the power of technology when aligned with tradition. And I love the examples that you gave us. It's really amazing. And you know, by digitizing local knowledge, you gave us a glimpse of classrooms where no wisdom is lost and every learner has access. Thank you very much, Dr. David. We appreciate your presentation. And moving on, I'm going to be calling on our next speaker, Ambassador Kamal Lohani. Ambassador Kamal, the floor is yours.
Thank you, ma'am. Thank you very much. Warm greetings from my side from India. Namaste, Namaskar, Shubh Sandhya, and good evening to everybody. Our respected chairperson of A Walkthrough Education, respected David sir, and extraordinary CEO, respected Gloria ma'am, inspiring face, motivating face, our respected Rania ma'am, source of energy and power and knowledge, our respected Nahid sir, Shailesh sir, Jasmine ma'am, Saira Bano ma'am, and Gloria Okapara ma'am, and Joseph Emba sir, Mohammad Osama sir, Sonu Kumar Gandhi ma'am, and Neelam Saxena ma'am, and all the stream speakers and panelists. Thank you very much for giving me.
Sir,
Okay,
Saira Bano, Surya Bano.
Okay, Surya Bano. Sorry, ma'am. Okay, Surya Bano. Okay, thank you very much for giving me attention. Well, my name is Kamal Chandra Lohani. I am from Nainital, Uttarakhand. And first of all, I would like to say extremely sorry for the inconvenience caused from my side because of the failure of electricity here. Even the battery of the mobile phone is down here. So let us see what happens. We're just waiting for the electricity. Anyway, just we have to discuss today about the leveraging local knowledge and teaching global concept. from folklore to future, reviving indigenous knowledge for the global citizenship education. I think education can become most powerful when it connects the familiar with unfamiliar. And to teach global concepts effectively, we must begin with the local knowledge and the traditions, stories, and experiences and the wisdom that students already carry within their community. So when a child understands sustainability through the example of how their village conserves the water or grasps democracy by relating it to decisions made in their neighborhood, global ideas become real and meaningful. So local practices provide the foundations upon which we can build an understanding of complex issues like climate change and cultural diversity or global citizenship. So, by valuing local knowledge, teachers not only strengthen students' pride in their roots, but also help them see how their lives are interconnected with the wider world. And this bridge, between the local and global, creates learners who are both grounded and open-minded, capable of contributing to the communities and global society alike. And folklore carries the wisdom of generations. It teaches us values of respect, harmony with the nature, and community living. Reviving indigenous knowledge is not about looking backward, and it is about carrying timeless lessons into the future. So when we weave stories, traditions, and local practices into education, students learn that global citizenship is rooted in empathy and sustainability and cultural pride. So by linking folklore with the modern challenges, we can prepare learners to see themselves as citizens of knowledge and humanity. And from folklore to the future, indigenous knowledge lights the path forward to move inclusive to more inclusive and responsible global societies. And thank you very much, ma'am. Thank you very much for giving me the attention. Thank you. Thanks a lot.
Thank you very much, Ambassador Kamal. This was amazing. Yes, innovation in education does not mean discarding tradition indeed. It means reimagining it. By weaving local wisdom into modern pedagogy, you showed us how cultural roots can shape truly global learners. Thank you very much for that wonderful
Thank you,
presentation.
ma'am. Thank you
We
very much.
appreciate it.
Thank you, everybody.
And
Thank you.
I'm going to be moving on to the next speaker, Ambassador Nahid Raza, who is going to be speaking on the teacher's role in connecting local narratives to global perspectives. Over to you, Ambassador Nahid.
Best Motivational Speaker Awardee and our CEO and founder, Madam Gloria, David Sir, Rania Ma'am, Komal Sir, Kamal Lohani Sir, Neelam Ma'am, Shailesh Prajapati Sir, Gandhi Ma'am, Ram Babu Sir, Yala Ma'am, Suraya Bano Ma'am, and Smiling Jasmine Ma'am, Sonu Sir, Osama Sir. So I welcome you all. Today topic given to me is outstanding topic. I am Nahid Raza. I am from Uttarakhand, India. And topic is outstanding. Teachers play a crucial role in connecting local narratives to a goal by making learning relevant to students' immediate surroundings and simultaneously broadening their understanding of how local issues related to global themes. Fostering classroom connections. Teachers cultivate environments where students background and local stories are recognized and valued, which help the students see the interconnectedness of their own experiences with wider global communities by incorporating literature, media, and personal narratives that local and global context. Teachers strengthen empathy, intercultural understanding, and social awareness. Linking local to global. Teachers start with familiar local issues like community projects, local news, and family stories, and help students scale up their understanding to examine world events and global challenges. For example, a classroom discussion about water conservation at home can lead to deeper exploration of global water scarcity. Teachers can have world map, combining personal relevance with global citizenship. Teachers conceptualize global topics through local examples, case studies, and of course, projects, making explicit the parallels sorry, and differences between local events and broader global patterns. Using technology for global connections. Teachers leverage digital tools and platforms to connect the students with peers, experts, and learning opportunities worldwide, such as virtual exchanges and cross cultural collaborations, video calls with guest speakers in countries, comparing news coverage from various international sources. These approaches allow students to experience global perspectives without leaving their classroom. Strategies and activities. Encouraging student agency and participatory projects that address both local and global needs, builds relevance, and maintains engagement. Service learning projects, community partnerships, and interdisciplinary thematic units integrate personal experience with global perspectives. Teachers guide critical discussion, helping students reflect on how their action globally can have impli- implications, globally promoting responsible, empathetic views. Impact, the students develop the ability to analyze complex issues from multiple viewpoints and understand the significance of their own place within a rapidly globalizing society. This approach fosters not just content knowledge, but also vital skills such as communication, collaboration, critical thinking, and respect for cultural diversity. In summary, the teacher role is to bridge local context with global understanding by designing curricula, choosing narratives, and facilitating experiences that students' life to broaden societal and planetary issues. Thank you, thank you, thank you.
Thank you very much, Ambassador Nahid. That was really awesome. Your presentation beautifully emphasized the teacher as the bridge. It is through the stories, examples, and realities teachers bring into the classroom that students learn to connect their lived experiences with global issues. Thank you very much for that amazing presentation. We appreciate you. Thank you. And moving on, I'm going to be welcoming our next presenter for today, our next speaker for today, Ambassador Shailesh Prajapati, who is going to be speaking on using local heritage to cultivate global awareness in learners. The floor is yours, sir.
Namaste from Gujarat. And before I start, I want to show the books which I have brought from the different states and different countries, which are related to my topics. And curriculum integration, it is a part of the books I wanted to show, and I want to show you now. And the major problem the students and would like to say students from her country. And this is from Belgium, Britain. Okay. My topic is using local heritage to cultivate global awareness in learners. So it is more important about local heritage and to cultivate the students and create awareness and respect for that. So I would like to say that we have to focus on exposure visit so we can provide the experience, and experience is better for learning, because some psychologist has rightly said most of we learn from the eyes. And so I also focus on exposure visit, exposure of historical site, museum, park, cultural site, visit to artists, and share some experience and share some knowledge what they know. For example, I visited the Berlin. I met the person and tried to know how would you like to say about Hitler. The most of people say we don't like Hitler. And when I visit our Dholavira, Lothal, 5,000 years ago cultural and people's skeleton and some and culture. If we go there, we feel reality, feel experience. It is better for learning. And I would like to say the visit of exhibition, where the exhibition of art, culture, literature, and historical moments. For example, I visit in June. I visited Jallianwala Bagh, massive firing on innocent people. If we want to feel reality, so we should visit the historical place or the city. Today I talk about the empathy, and Naitzer says. I told the students in the prayer the story of Abraham Lincoln and struggling for life, pig in mud. So if you want to create empathy, sympathy, provide experience, I would like to say about exposure visit. Then curriculum. Curriculum is more important according to me, because if we want to know about the heritage of the world, heritage of local site, heritage of the food, heritage of ancient and modern people, I would like to say curriculum is more important. So we have to manage the curriculum. Once I said we have the good story from Greece, we have good stories from Bible, we have good stories from another countries, and they said it was myth. But we know the what is the culture, language, food, fashion, design, clothes. So curriculum is also more important. And if we want to see the tradition of another country, we have to read the literature and story. If we want to know about their nature, festivals, food, we have to read the story and literature. And my next topic, I would like to talk you to join community. If we community and especially local community, if I ask Nights about the pyramid, Nights hardly say what is the reality. But I want to talk and listen and want to share good things. I should contact the local people, join the parents. If we do want anything, we should join the parents. We join the expert teacher like Kamal sir and Knight sir and Shakespeare, David sir. We show the picture, we show the video clip. We can share the knowledge, what is the reality and how can we get easily. We can use social media. Now social media is more powerful and it is useful for both student and teacher. And last point is project work. If we want to cultivate the heritage, especially young, we have to focus on project. Thank you very much.
Okay, thank you very much. Thank you, Ambassador Shailesh. Your presentation highlighted heritage as a classroom resource. So by valuing local arts, crafts, and traditions, students gain not only pride in identity, but also a window to global appreciation. Thank you very much for the amazing examples that you gave. We appreciate your presentation. Thank you. And moving on, I'm going to be calling on Ambassador Kwach Sinai. Ambassador Kwach Sinai is going to be speaking on cultural diplomacy in education, translating local tradition into tools for global peace. The floor is yours, Ambassador Kwach Sinai.
Hello, everyone. Warmly welcome from Vietnam. My name is Quach Nhai, and everyone know me, teacher Jasmine. It's a great joy for me to return here today as an ambassador of this organization. This place is like a second home where we set dream and exchange idea and go together for better future. Thank you, Dr. Teacher Gloria, my dear friends. And the topic I bring today is a cultural diplomacy in education, translating local tradition into tool for global peace. It's not only about theory, it's about the heart of education. The learning is not only knowledge, but also humanity, connected, and peace. So the meaning of cultural diplomacy in education. Education is more than textbooks and exam. Education builds people, value, and relationships. So when we hear the words cultural diplomacy, we may think of governments or international leader, but in truth, cultural diplomacy begin in classrooms. Every teacher, every student, and every school can play role of cultural ambassador. And through of respect, kindness, and understanding, these simple values, when shared across cultures, grow into peace. So, local generation as tool for peace. Allow me to share some examples from Vietnam, my countries. First, we have the tradition of respecting teachers. Children are taught to honor and thank their teachers. This value creates respect and human humility. If we set these traditional globally, it will encourage students to respect knowledge each other with the community spirit. In villages, people help each other during harvest, flower, or festival. This tradition or happy neighbor teaches solidarity and compassion. If we bring this spirit into education, students learn to cooperate not only with their own people, but also with people from other nations. Thus, Vietnamese people carry a deep love peace. Having suffered from war, we gesture harmony and reconciliation. When we teach this history with honesty and empathy, children learn the true meaning of peace, not only for one nation, but for all humanities. And the solutions are simple, but they can become strong tools for building peace if we bring them into our lesson and our school. So teacher as cultural ambassador, teacher have a special roles. We are not only instructor, we are also cultural messenger. And when we bring local songs, story, and cartoon into the classroom, we give children pride and in their role at the same time, we prepare them to understand and respect global perspective. And in literature in Vietnam, I see how students sigh when they say their culture in English. They feel proud of their tradition and they also open their mind to the world. This is cultural diplomacy in action. Classroom becomes peace and it trains friendship and peace. And so global peace is not created only leader or policies. Peace must be built in the heart of the young generation, and the seed of peace up already in our citizens and respect in kindness and in wisdom. An educator and global citizen, let us bring those tradition into education. Let us teach children not only knowledge, but also empathy and cooperation. When we do this, education become more than learning. It's become a part of humanity and peace. Thank you listening to me. Thank you so much.
Thank you very much, Ambassador Kwastinai. My dear friend Jasmine, I appreciate your presentation. Cultural diplomacy in education, translating local tradition into tools for global peace. Your reflection on cultural diplomacy reminded us that education can be a peace building tool. Yes, by respecting and sharing tradition, we foster dialogue, unity, and lasting peace. Thank you very much, Ambassador Jasmine, for this amazing one. We appreciate your presentation. And I'm going to be calling on our next speaker for today, Dr. Suraya Bano. The floor is yours, ma'am.
Yes. Very good evening. This is Professor Dr. Suraya Banu from India. I am Assistant Professor in Computer Science and Global Peace Brand Minister. Today the topic is Health and Hygiene Tradition, Integrated Local Practices into Global Well-being Education. As Buddha said, to keep the body in good health is a duty. Otherwise, we shall not be able to keep our mind strong and clear. An integration of local practices into global well-being education offers a holistic, culturally sensitive and effective approach to health and hygiene. By incorporating indigenous and traditional knowledge system, health education can move beyond a one-size-fits-all model to create programs that are relevant, respected, and sustainable within local communities. In the words of Garg Anderson, wellness is the complete integration of body, mind, and spirit. Now, I want to focus on the benefits of integrating local traditions, enhances cultural competence, including traditional health beliefs, helps healthcare providers and educators develop cultural sensitivity and humility. This creates trust between patient and providers, which can improve patient satisfaction and adherence to treatment, improves health outcomes. Practices like traditional diets, plant-based remedies, yoga, and meditation can offer effective, low-cost preventative care for many chronic conditions. Combining traditional healing with modern medicine can create a more comprehensive and personalized approach to healthcare. Empowers communities. Engaging local healers and elders in the educational process preserves cultural heritage and promotes community ownership of health initiatives. This participatory approach increases the program's relevance and success by building on existing community assets and value. Addresses environmental factors. Many indigenous health systems are deeply connected to the natural world. Integrated this knowledge can foster sustainable practices that promote biodiversity and environmental well-being, which in turn supports human health. In the words of Benjamin Franklin, an ounce of prevention is worth a pound of cure. How to integrate local practices into global education. Start at the local level, collaborate with communities to identify and document traditional health and hygiene practices. This ensures that educational programs are based on local needs and resonate with cultural values rather than imposing external standards. Involve trusted community members, work with local healers and leaders to create educational materials and conduct workshops. Create culturally sensitive messaging. Tailor health education message to align with community language and values. This includes adapting materials to local items using visual aids familiar to the community and avoiding a one-size-fits-all communication strategies. Incorporate experimental learning. Hands-on activities like trading medicinal plant gardens or observing traditional healing practices can create a deeper understanding and appreciating for indigenous wisdom. Evaluate and adopt programs collaboratively. Regularly assess the effectiveness of health education programs, working closely with the community to identify areas for improvement. This allows for a flexible and adaptive approach that respects community feedback and priorities. Teach practical skills. Programs should focus on giving participants a skill that are transferable access across cultures and can be adapted to individual situations instead of prescribing specific behavior, encouraging learning and self-reflection to help individuals make informed decisions about their health. As Mahatma Gandhi said, it is health that is real wealth and not pieces of gold and silver. The potential challenges are harmful traditional practices, language and communication barrier, structural systematic barrier. In the words of Garg Anderson, wellness is the complete integration of body, mind, and spirit. Now I conclude. Integrating traditional and local health and hygiene practices into global well-being education offer a more holistic, effective, and culturally sensitive approach to public health, moving beyond a one-size-fits-all model. This inclusive strategy addresses community-specific needs and builds on existing time-honored knowledge rather than imposing external standards. However, its success to dependent on addressing significant challenges like resources, imbalances, cultural misunderstandings, and the need for evidence-based validation of traditional methods. I close my speech with the quoted word of Dalai Lama: happiness is the highest form of health. Thank you, ma'am. Thank you for the
Thank you very
super
much.
opportunity to join with us.
Thank you.
Thank
Thank you
you.
very much. We appreciate your presentation. Indeed, the wisdom of healthy living has always been with us. And by drawing on traditional hygiene practices, we can shape healthier societies while aligning with global health goals. Thank you very much for that amazing presentation. We
Thank
appreciate
you.
it.
Thank you.
Thank you. And moving on, I'm going to be calling on Dr. Rania. Dr. Rania, the floor is yours.
Yes. Good afternoon, everyone. So happy to see you all. Dr. Jasmine, okay, my topic will focus on turning local wisdom into global competencies, how we can bridge cultures to innovative pedagogies. And already previous speakers mentioned that education actually is called upon to serve as a bridge between local cultural wisdom. So if I focus on the Greek context, the Greek context is rich in philosophical, historical, and cultural heritage. So Greece actually offers a fertile ground of innovative pedagogical coaches that integrate traditional values with the local wisdom can serve as a pedagogical resource. Greek culture is deeply rooted in values such as phronesis. Phronesis is an ancient Greek word, which means practical wisdom. Pedia, which means holistic education, against an ancient Greek word, and philoxenia, which means hospitality in ancient Greek. These values, these principles have shaped community life for centuries. By incorporating these values into pedagogy, educators can actually foster critical thinking, empathy, and civic responsibility. For instance, teaching Socratic dialogue not only preserves a fundamental Greek intellectual tradition, but also equips students with the skills of inquiry, of debate, of reflective judgment that are necessary in today's global society. And what are innovative pedagogies for global competence? Innovative teaching strategies, of course, this could include project-based learning, experiential education, intercultural dialogue, which can transform local wisdom into transferable competencies. In Greece, for instance, linking mythology and history to contemporary challenges, such as environmental sustainability or social justice, this can help students develop creative problem-solving skills while maintaining, at the same time, cultural continuity. And there are so many digital platforms now that further enable Greek classrooms to connect with the national peers, allowing students to share the local insights and co-create knowledge across students. So this is even more amazing. So some practical, some case studies, for example, in Greece, I can mention several Greek high schools. Educators have revived the Socratic method that I mentioned to encourage dialogue-based learning. Students, what they are doing, they discuss philosophical and ethical dilemmas drawn from ancient texts, but relate them to modern issues such as climate change or migration or digital ethics. And this approach cultivates critical thinking and the cultural awareness. Mythology is used a lot also. And Greek universities have initiated programs where students engage in the cultural exchanges with peers abroad. So by presenting aspects of Greek cultural heritage, like the concept of hospitality I mentioned before, students learn to frame local traditions as globally relevant values. digital storytelling in primary education is innovative pedagogy because in primary schools, traditional Greek folk tales are being reimagined through digital storytelling projects. So students create short films or multimedia presentations, which are then shared with classrooms across Europe, especially through e-twinning programs. So this not only revitalizes oral traditions, but also nurtures digital literacy and the cultural dialogue. Okay, so I could say that one of the greatest challenges of education in Greece is balancing this preservation of cultural identity with the cultivation of global citizenship. And that's why we need innovative pedagogies in order to achieve this balance. How? By highlighting universal lessons which are embedded in local wisdom. For instance, the agora is the ancient Greek public square, can inspire modern practices of participatory democracy and collaborative decision-making classrooms. You know, but democracy was born in Greece. Similarly, the Greek tradition of storytelling can be reimagined through digital media, enabling narratives that resonate both locally and globally. So, by concluding, I want to say that the Greek educational context demonstrates how local wisdom can serve as the foundation for developing global competencies. We can transform actually ancient values into modern skills, ensuring that students are not only rooted in the cultural identity, but also equipped to navigate and contribute in the connected world. So in this way, Greek education can continue its historical role of shaping thinkers, citizens, and leaders. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much. This is just amazing. I got glued to what you were
ancient Greece.
Yeah. Especially the aspect of educators, how educators have revived the Socratic method.
Yes.
And you also mentioned that it encouraged dialogue-based learning. And the student issue, that area of students where they discuss philosophical and ethical dilemmas is really amazing. I think I would say that your curriculum and the culture aligned hand in hand and is really very rich, very, very rich.
Yes, I forgot to mention that rhetoric is very popular, and there are many rhetorical competitions that are organized from Harvard, from USA, internationally, and always Greek. It's not accidental that Greek students from universities, your law universities, are always winners in international competitions in rhetoric, because this is embedded exactly in this. This is our topic today, the local wisdom. In our philosophy, in our culture. Thank you.
It's been amazing. Thank you very much for drawing us towards the ancient text that relates to modern issues such as climate change or migration and digital ethics. It's really amazing. You really mentioned a lot that I can't start mentioning right now. Thank you very much for that wonderful presentation. We appreciate you. Thank you. And moving on, I'm going to be calling on our next speaker for today, Dr. Binita Prakash. The floor is yours, Dr. Binita Prakash.
Okay, ma'am. Thank you. Thank you very much.
You're welcome.
Good evening, all, and namaste from India. I am Dr. Binita Prakash from Aligarh, Uttar Pradesh. And my all good wishes to all of you, because you select the topic and most important and burning topic. And I feel very interesting topic. Thank you so much, ma'am. My topic is applying sustainable learning, applying local environmental practices to address global climate challenges. I want to talk about how local wisdom can help us to solve global climate challenges. Climate challenge often feels like a huge problem, but solution can start from our homes, schools, and communities. This idea is called sustainable learning. First of all, I would like to explain about what is sustainable learning. Sustainable learning means a way of learning that stays useful for life, promotes responsibility, towards the environment, and connects education with real world problems like climate change, social well being, and future survival. It is not just about gaining knowledge for exams, it is about learning how to live in harmony with nature and society so that future generations can also have a healthy planet. Let me give you some examples. In our country, India, in Rajasthan, people are practiced rainwater harvesting. For centuries, by collecting rain, they save water for dry seasons. If more communities across the world did this, we could fight global water scarcity. Farmers in villages often use organic manure and crop rotation. This reduces harmful chemicals and keeps the soil healthy. Such local practices can help solve global problems of soil degradation and food insecurity. In some rural areas, families use solar cookers. They save fuel, reduce pollution, and use free energy from the sun. Imagine if cities worldwide adopted such habits, it would greatly reduce carbon emissions. Many households practices composting kitchen waste. This simple method reduces garbage and produces natural fertilizer. If more people did it, we could cut down on overflowing landfills that release dangerous gases. You see, these are not just local traditions, they are global solutions too. Now, what roles does education play? Schools can include these practices in projects and activities. Students can learn directly from elders about sustainable traditions. We can become global citizens with local roots, thinking globally but acting locally. Friends, global climate change is real, but it is not undefeatable. Every drop saved, every tree planted, and every eco friendly habit counts. By respecting local wisdom and making it parts of our learning, we create a powerful bridge between past knowledge and future needs. Remember this, local practices are like seeds. If we nurture them through education, they can grow into solutions for global climate challenge. Small local steps creates big global changes. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much. Thank you, Dr. Benita. We appreciate your presentation. Your presentation was a powerful reminder that solutions to global climate issues often lie in the everyday practices of local communities. Sustainability in education must start with the learners, with what the learners can see around them. Thank you very much for that wonderful insight. We appreciate you. Thank you. And I'm going to be welcoming Dr. Gloria Okpara for her presentation. Over to you, Dr. Gloria.
Good evening, everyone.
Good evening, Dr. Gloria.
All right, good evening, everyone. Thank you for this great opportunity. You just called me at the right time. Just entering the house from work now. Okay, my topic is language as a bridge, but we must preserve our local dialects while teaching global communication skills. I want to come from this angle concerning my topic. By way of introduction, of course, we should know that language is more than a tool for communication. I will use AWTE members as example. Once Professor Kamal talks, I don't need to ask where is he from. If Professor Nahid should talk, I know that an Indian is talking. So it's a means of what? Identity. If Professor Rania talks now, I may be asking, oh, where? If an American just talks, I should say, oh, wow. So what am I trying to say in essence? As I am the one speaking now, nobody can mistake me for an Indian. So our language can be used to identify us. Our language can be used to identify us. So the next thing we need to know is the value for that local dialects. We are all speaking globally, talking to ourselves, but we are maintaining our dialects. Somebody may go to any country, especially parents who are mature will want their children to understand the dialect and speak it because it's a means of identity, cultural identity. If an Igbo man is speaking, you should be able to identify the person, a Yoruba man, anybody talking. So let's maintain that language as a bridge by preserving our local dialects while promoting the global connection we want. The role of the global languages. Access and opportunity. Access and opportunity. This is where I want to promote the Hausas. Personally, I enjoy this. If you meet an Hausa man and you can speak his language, in that case, he's not asking if you're an Hausa person. The person is now relating with you because you could speak his or her language. It goes to the point of even them selling things as cheaper as possible to you just because of that language. It can bridge walls. Because of insecurity, I'm using Nigeria as a case study. Those days, I was born and brought up in Kano State. You are not a northerner, but because you are there, you are just as if you are in your own world. So that's the role of the global language. These days, we are introducing so many things in the Nigeria's educational system where children are made to learn one foreign language. What is it doing for us? Is to bridge that world. A child who can speak French very well or fluently should be able to fit in anywhere, even translate as if you are from France. We are looking at how to strike a balance. It can help us because as a human being, whether because of a global connection or not, it is advisable that you should be able to speak at least 2 or 3 or more languages. We have people we call Wazobia in Nigeria. If a man can speak Igbo, Hausa, and Yoruba, we just use that local slang to say you are what? Wazobia, because those are the 3 things. Curriculum integration. Curriculum integration in the sense that my son in year 10, now going to year 11, is forced or advised in school, let me put it advised, not forced, to learn one foreign language, and he decided to choose German. Others are learning Chinese, different forms. So they are already integrating it in what? The school system. Of course, technology as a tool. One day I was calling my own, my first son, and he said, Mommy, that he's busy learning, can't remember the language again, online, I think Chinese or so. Because of technology, you can have access to tools that can help you to learn some languages. Community involvement. If you travel to the Hausa land and you can speak Hausa, I'm sure you will blend easily in that community. What are the benefits when we have that bridge approach? It will help any learner to navigate multiple identities. If I move to the outside land, I can freely dress like them, behave like them. If I can speak French fluently, or India, if I come to Professor Nahid's place, I will flow with him with ease. Learners should become culturally blended in the societies by becoming ambassadors in such societies. So yes, we can be in our local places, but let's be global in what we are doing because it will really help us to blend with ease. Local dialects, when Professor Bumi speaks, you will see her flowing, especially when she comes with that Hassanu, she can flow, whether Yoruba form, Hausa form, let's take it globally. And in conclusion, when education treats language as a bridge instead of a barrier, students are empowered to honor where they come from. You can be a proud Igbo person, but representing Igbo people, even in America, Greece, India, or wherever you find yourself. Hello, can you still hear me?
Yes, we can.
Hello?
Yes,
Okay, so
thank you.
both and strategy for building the inclusivity we are talking about, and at the same time, we should be future ready in any society we find ourselves. Thank you very much. I don't know if my time is up. I'm not seeing any time here. Thank you for the opportunity.
I forgot to set it. Thank you very much. Yeah. Thank you, Dr. Gloria Opara. Your reflection on language struck a powerful balance, showing us that preserving local dialect does not hinder global fluency, but strengthens it. Language is identity, just as you said, and identity is global and can bridge gaps. Thank you very much for that wonderful presentation. We appreciate. And I'm going to be moving on to the next speaker on the list here, Professor Shanu Banji. The floor is yours.
Thank you. Thank you, Dr. Gloria. Peace greetings to all present here. I am Professor Shadul Banji, and the theme, leveraging local knowledge in teaching global concepts. The topic provided to me is faith, values, and local context for nurturing ethical global citizens. Let's see what is meant by global citizens. Oxfam's definition is useful. It says a global citizen is someone who is aware of and understands the wider world and the place in it, that take an active role in the community and work with others to make our planet more peaceful, sustainable, and fairer. Most accounts of global citizens' education, GCE, indicates the development of a certain set of outcomes that they want students to work towards, such as more peaceful, sustainable, and fairer planet, indicated in the above definition. To achieve these outcomes, I believe that four strands need to be coming together. 1. Critical literacy. 2. Accepted limiting pluralism. 3. Developing empathy and understanding. 4. Nurturing a disposition towards responsible, informed, and collaborative action. Challenges may emerge from the notion of a global citizen, partly due to the differing levels of connectivity in the global context. We might wonder whether the notion of being global is a paradox due to the lack of existence of a global state or universally agreed values. Furthermore, some express a concern that the term could drift towards a civilizing mission of the West. Now let's look at the first issue, that is critical literacy. 4 key elements stand out from most accounts of critical literacy pedagogy. 1. Reflexivity, appreciation of the individual's own perspective impacts analysis. 2. Recognition of the possibility of the multiple viewpoints. 3. An analysis of power. And 4. Building a sense of creative agency. To achieve this, it seems important that teachers also engage as participants in the exploration process, taking the role of co-inquirers with the students by scaffolding conversations rather than steering pupils towards predetermined outcomes. Now let's look at ethical global citizen education. Let's look at ethical global citizen education framework through the following 5 dimensions: value creation, identity progression, collective involvement, local disposition, I repeat, local disposition, and an intergeneration mindset. Ethical global citizen education draws on a multiplicity of critical literatures to identify characteristics of each of these dimensions. It goes beyond neoliberal market-driven principles towards ethical perspectives promoting social responsibility, justice, human rights, and local sustainability. I again repeat, local sustainability. With further theoretical development and strategies towards implementation, the framework has the potential to be deployed in future research and evaluation of the complex teaching and learning processes involved in GCE, particularly in a value-based perspective. The effects of the ever-increasing interconnected and globalized world resonate across a multitude of aspects facing human civilizations, including global crises, example the COVID-19 pandemic, that humanity must meet with knowledge and wisdom. The world economy is fueled by rapid technological innovation and the instantaneous flow of information. Yet the dividends of this economic activity are increasingly concentrated in the hands of few. New technologies continue to change the world, yet our reliance on energy production destabilizes Earth's climate. Any one of these factors would be enough to lead to a fundamental change in human society. Seen as a whole, they signal the possible start of a new era. These issues demand a local to global, global to local approach to education. I repeat, these issues demand a local to global and a global to local approach to education, insofar as the next generation will be able collectively to guide human civilization towards prosperity, health, and security. The notion of global citizenship education is one form in which the field of education can confront these issues. In particularly, a scholar, Winston Dade, argues that global citizen education responds to globalization by expanding the concept of civic education to global society, adopts the ethical values of peace education and human rights education, draws upon global society perspectives provided by global education, which not only investigates global topics, but more specifically merges the global and the local into the glocal. I repeat, merges the global and the local into the glocal, combines mainly these three pedagogical fields through the concept of global citizenship in terms of political participation as such, but particularly on a global scale. In this context, over the past 20 years, there has been increasing interest in the global citizens' education as a means of supporting learners in developing their values, knowledge, and understanding of multiple global, national, and local issues. I wish to end here, and I thank you for listening to me so attentively. May God bless you all. Thank you.
Thank you very much, ma'am. Thank you for that amazing one. You emphasize that values are rooted in culture and community. And by nurturing faith and ethics through local context, we can raise global-minded learners who act with integrity. Thank you very much for that amazing presentation. We appreciate you. And I'm going to be moving on to our next speaker, Dr. Neelam Sexana. The floor is yours, ma'am.
Good evening, one and all present here. Namaste from India and all the esteemed members of this AWT family. Thank you very much to respected Gloria ma'am to giving me this opportunity and this favorite topic, empowering voices using local storytelling to teach universal values. Actually, it is my favorite topic. In my childhood, I used to hear the story by my mother. This time also, I want to hear the story while sitting nearby my mother. And because these stories affect on us very fast, and the moral of the story, it sets very quickly in the mind of the children. Using local story telling is an effective way to teach universal values by making moral lessons relatable, fostering emotional connections, and promoting cultural uh, understanding. Why local storytelling works? Because while telling the story or while listening the story, it affects directly on the memory of the children because if we think about Thomas Alva Edison, nobody had seen the Thomas Alva Edison. We haven't seen James Bond. We haven't seen the marathon run as well as Jesus also. We can only feel. And while listening these stories only, we have created so many answers related to answers of many questions which are related to these stories about particular person, about particular topic. So we all are the educators. Within seconds, we can transfer the mind of a classroom children from one word to another while telling the story. But I'm telling the story about Gloria ma'am. I'm sitting with Hindu children, but I'm telling the culture about the Naitsars family while storytelling, while using my voice. So it is way, and a teacher feels so much powerful when a teacher is transferring the mind of a children. Teacher works like a director. They can change the image of a particular person while telling about his or her in the form of a story. Many incident they can represent in the form of the story, and we can create reliability as well as connections and cultural identity, tacit knowledge, means beliefs and behaviors. We can boost moral development, many things while using stories. As the question arises, how we can use these storytelling in our classrooms. So first of all, we have to select the stories. Which type of stories related to which particular subject? Suppose we have to tell about the weather condition. We have to tell about the traditions of the different countries. We have to tell about the particular celebrity. So we have to select the stories. Every teacher should select the stories related to topic. As well as we can use different animal characters also, as so many cartoon shows are running nowadays. So we can use these animal characters also while discussion with children. As Dr. David has written in his message, the children can prepare their own stories. They can prepare their stories about their family. We can give them task to prepare the story, as well as the teachers can immediately, because teacher is a great person that can immediately they can make it's about any topic, on any topic they can create the story, but its label will maybe the different for little kids. As our Shailesh sir has told that we can show the exhibition, we can show them the picture. So while using these pictures, we can create small stories for little kids. By showing the exhibition, we can show the stories to these somewhat elder children, as well as digitally we can also show, but while using our own voice, we can create the stories, as well as plays, drama, puppet shows. We can take the help of all these things, and many books also we can use, because inside the classroom in India there was a period in previous time, it was easily. My time was not up, ma'am. I think it's a timer of another. I think it's timer of another. Please check it. Let me speak. Few minutes I will take only.
No, it's not.
So these things. Thank you very much. Uh, so these things we can use for telling the story to our children. And I was telling about the puppet show. In puppet show, the teacher is speaking, the students are listening the voice of the teacher, but the show is going on differently. And many famous stories we can also tell them, like Thirsty Crow in India. From starting to yet now, we are understanding about the Thirsty Crow, and it is giving us a scientific lesson, as well as the famous story about the jackal and the monkey and the crocodile, as well as, so we have to tell the children the story between the squirrel and crow. So many stories are there, these are telling us the to convey the lesson about the ethics and diligence, as well as kindness and cleverness, as well as about the culture, and how to respect means differently, means about all over the world we can tell in the form of the stories to our children. And one more thing, as our sir has told about the comics. Yes, of course, in the form of also the comics. This time we are using in our school SSP subject, in which in the form of the comics the pictures are there, and in the form of the small stories the topic has been given. So the students, they speak, so they are, so it looks like they are telling a story, teachers are telling the story. In this way we can empower our voice, and we can create so many stories. We all can narrate our own stories, and we can share these stories to each other. It is the very nice way, because everybody is related to different subject. About different subject, we can create our own stories and we can share to others, and we will get a huge amount of the stories, I think, by this way. So these are my views. Thank you very much, ma'am. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Ambassador Neelam, for that amazing one. Thank you, and beautiful examples. You've reminded us that every culture has a voice worth hearing. By elevating local storytelling, we can cultivate empathy, respect, and universal values in every learner, everywhere around the world. Thank you very much for that. Thank you. And I'm going to be inviting our next speaker, Ambassador Gayatri Mishra. Over to you, Ambassador Gayatri. The floor is yours.
Thank you so much, ma'am.
Welcome.
Good evening, Gloria ma'am, Rania ma'am, Shailesh sir, Rita Prakash ma'am, Nahid sir, Kamal sir, and all of you. My topic is gender identify and local relationship transforming classroom dialogue for global equality. Ma'am, this is my answer. Gender identified and local realities together can transform classroom dialogue into a powerful tool for promoting global equality. Number one, recognizing and respecting diverse gender identities creates in an inclusive and safe learning environment. When students feel accepted regardless of their gender, they engage more freely in dialogue and learning. And second, integrating local realities such as cultural practice, community experience, and social challenges makes classroom discussion meaningful and relatable. It allows students to connect their own lives with global perspectives. Number three, open classroom dialogue. Stereotypes are broken. Mutual respect is cultivated, and critical thinking is encourage students begin to see equality not only as a local uh, concern but also as a global value. Ultimately, when gender identify and local realities are addressed together, classrooms, nature empathy, cooperation, and respect for diversity, this prepare learners to become active global citizens who contribute to building a more equal and just world. And I trying to faces on each child my class, keeping all these things in mind. Thank you so much, ma'am. This is my answer. Thank you so much, ma'am, for this wonderful opportunity, for
Thank,
giving me this wonderful opportunity.
thank you very
Thank
much
you.
for joining us, and also your presentation is wonderful. Thank you. Gender identity and local realities, transforming classroom dialogue for global equality. You brought to light how local context shape gender experiences, and your reflections challenge us to create classrooms where local realities spark meaningful discussions and global equality. Thank you very much, Ambassador Gayatri, for that amazing one. We appreciate your presentation. Thank you. Thank you. And
Thank you so much, ma'am.
this brings us to the end of today's presentations. And please, we have just 2 minutes for reactions. Anybody that has anything to add up to what the speakers have presented, please feel free to unmute your mic and add up to that. The floor is open.
It was indeed amazing session. I appreciate. Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you very much, sir. Yes, Dr.
We
Davis.
like very much. We like very much.
Thank you very much.
We learn from you.
This was a great presentation. I was impressed with what everybody was saying and how how interconnected we are. And to put in a little plug of my own work, if you don't know, I teach a class in creating autobiographical graphic novels, comics, and the comics are based on youth telling their stories about themselves and their village and their city and their family. And each comic should have a recipe, a family recipe, a community recipe. So we're talking about food, we're talking about cultures, and everything that everybody was talking about. This is like the building block. We want to teach kids at a young age that there are other cultures, and the other cultures are valuable. Basically, they're cool. So as the youth grow up into adults, they're no longer afraid of these other cultures, and they know that we are all part of that global community, so that it'll be easier for them to work and collaborate with each other on projects such as the environment or against war or whatever. Starting young and getting kids to tell their story and then sharing their story, it opens up a whole world for them. And I'm always looking for people to teach us too, particularly from different countries, so the kids can learn and then collaborate with each other. That's my personal plug. If anybody's interested, please feel free to write to me directly and I'll see what we can put together. And with that, thank you all. This is a really important session. Thanks.
Thank you very much, Dr. David, for that. Thank you. And does any other person have anything to add up before we call it a day? Okay, so in absence of any other thing, so today's session has shown us that local knowledge is a foundation of global learning. From pedagogy to storytelling, from heritage to sustainability, and from language technology, each speaker reminded us that wisdom of our communities holds answers to global challenges. We have seen that when teachers connect local narratives to global perspectives, when we draw on indigenous practices for climate, health, and inclusion, and when we preserve our values and languages while embracing innovation, education becomes both relevant and transformative. The message is clear for today. Local and global are not opposite. They are interconnected. Thank you, everyone, for joining us today. To our speakers, thank you for leading us, lending us your knowledge, your passion, and your vision. To our participants, thank you for engaging with open minds and hearts. The responsibilities now lies with each of us to carry these lessons into our schools, our communities, and our policies. Let us go forth remembering that local is not limited, it is fundamental. And when we teach with the understanding, we nurture learners who can embrace the world without losing themselves. On this note, I officially say that the session has come to the end. And thank you once again. And may we continue to learn, share, and build together. See you on Friday. Thank you very much. And let's just quickly have our photo shoot before we call it a day. So please, could you please turn on your cameras? Turn on your cameras, please, everyone. Turn on your cameras.
What the heck is that?
All right, we're going to use our favorite emoji. Or should we go for another emoji? Maybe we should go for balloons. What do you think?
Yes.
Okay, let's go for balloons. Please turn on your cameras if you can. If it's possible, please do so. All right, after the count of 5, let's go. Some people's camera is not okay. Let's just do it that way. All right, after the count of 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Let's go. Oh, am I the only one using balloon? Okay.
I forgot.
I'm
Oh
the
my
only one
God.
using balloon today. Let's use balloon, everyone. Let's just have a change. Yes, let's use balloon. All right, I'm going to count 2. 1, 2. Let's go, everyone. Yay. Rania, Dr. Rania, you use something different. All right, thank you, everyone. And we had a challenge today. So that was we started a day before yesterday. Yeah, so we decided to have a challenge whereby we promote our Facebook page, and it has been amazing. I was surprised to the amazing work that people are doing. All our ambassadors. We had 444 followers on Facebook, and right now, I'm happy to announce that we have 560 something followers, and thanks to our great ambassadors who are doing amazing work. Thank you very much. And I want to especially thank Mr. Shelish, because he has taken this challenge personal. And I would say that Mr. Shalish alone who have invited not less than 40 persons to through this challenge that we just had. So we appreciate you, Mr. Shalish. Thank you very much. And we appreciate every other person, every member of a walkthrough education, ambassadors. You are all amazing. And together we are building a future that no one can imagine, a better future. So the future will be better for all of us. Thank you very much. Does any other person have anything to say? Dr. David, please, and Dr. Rania, please, can you appreciate our ambassadors, please?
Yahoo ambassadors. You guys are great. Really great.
Thank you.
Let's see now. Here's my chat.
Yes, we are grateful because the team is growing more and more. And this means that we can do a lot actually more and more activities. And of course, you are all invited to share your ideas for the format of the programs. What do you need as teachers? What kind of training you need? I mean, we want your opinions. We want your needs, to share your needs, and to share your input of how we can improve the work for education in terms of programs, in terms of everything. So we need your feedback and your constant feedback and your input.
Yeah. Thank you very much, Dr. Rania, and thank you very much, Dr. David, for that. Thank you, everyone, for that amazing one. And we are growing, and we pray for a walkthrough education. So just like Dr. Rania said, okay, Dr. David just wrote something. Thank you to all the ambassadors. By yourselves, you are a village. Together we are. Oh, sorry, let me just open it again. Thank you, Dr. David. So he said, thank you to all the ambassadors. By yourself, you are a village. Together, we are the globe. Amazing one. Thank you very much, Dr. David. Thank you, everyone, for this, what you do. And just like Dr. Rania said, feel free to reach out to us if you have any suggestion on how to move a walkthrough education forward. Please feel free to reach out to us and we'll look into it. Thank you very much and have a beautiful night rest. And good day to Dr. David. All right. Bye, everyone.
There you are.
All right. So good night, everyone, and have a beautiful.
Good night. Good night. Bye.
Good night.
Bye.
Good
night,
everyone. Namaste,
Good
India.
night, Subratri.